So I'm sitting here thinking about Death Stranding 2 because I was just playing it and my controller has to charge. So yeah, obviously I gotta, take a break too. I'm sitting here thinking about Death Stranding 2 and just the how do I describe this game? And I think I found a word. I think I found a description that best puts it for me. Comfort food. Now, what do I mean by that? First off, we all have that one game, right? That we play while we listen to podcasts, or we're playing and you got something going on in the background. Just you're in you're in a call with someone and you're just playing the game, kind of thoughtlessly. That's what this game is to me. Death Stranding 2, to me, is the definition of one of those games I could just relax to, I could vibe out to, and just have a good time doing it. Like, the more I play through this game, I'm only like 4 or 5 hours in, but man, there's just something about this game. There's something about this game that's so comforting. And it's because it's so not intense. I guess is the best way to put it for me. Because, like, listen, I played through the first Death Stranding. I know what the second game was going to do, but they made so many improvements that made me just go, I'm never going back to the first one. Like, just, I can't. And it is so crazy. The more I play it, the more I realize how much I need a game like this. I need a game I could just relax to, go, just enjoy myself to. Because I don't know about you guys, but lately I have just kind of been burnt out on playing all these, high end games. For the record, that sounds so weird, right? High end games. What I mean is like super lengthy games that take themselves so serious too, and require so much attention. Like I recently was just playing through the Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. While I love those games, there's so much content in those games. And it's pretty heavy too on it. That's just like, I kind of dread playing it. Same thing with Red Dead 2. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it wrong. I love these games. I think they're fucking fantastic. But I need something I can vibe out to. I just need something I can just, the best way to put it, be a couch potato to. And I think Death Stranding 2 is that. I think it's that perfect comfort game for me. Now, am I saying that I don't enjoy the story? Hell no. So far, the story is actually way more interesting than the first one. Like, if you were to ask me, like, how do I feel? That's actually probably the best way to put it. It's better than the first one. Because, one, I can actually understand what's going on. Hell, I even have some theories about some of the things that have already happened at the point I'm in. And I'm wondering if I'm right, though. Just because, there's just that, writer brain of mine that just thinks, hey, I know how this really ends. You never know with Kojima. But just like all the improvements they made, like the UI. The UI is just so much quicker this time around. It's so much quick. It's just quick and responsive, and it doesn't have so many steps. Like one of the big, it's such a tiny pet peeve for the record, but one of the pet peeves I have with Death Stranding 1 is when you do like the cargo management, you always had to confirm it. You always had to hold down X, and it's like, oh, why do I have to do this? I also didn't like that you had to fabricate the equipment separated from the jobs. Now, when you take an order, you get this chance to build, get the stuff from the garage, fabricate equipment, reorganize the cargo, customize your look, customize. Oh my god, dude, the customization here is so much better too. Just like, chef's kiss. And you know what? It's also nice. They give you a vehicle pretty quickly in the game. You know, it's also nice. They give you a weapon pretty quickly in the game too. Unlike Death Stranding 1, where they just kind of waited to, slowly put that stuff out. But here they're like, no, bam, bam, bam. And it's ironically because of the groundwork the first game did. And I feel like that's such a great way to actually look at this game. Is that the groundwork Death Stranding 1 did was not lost on Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 builds upon what the first game did and does it better. It's the definition of a sequel in like the best way possible. Because I think the best sequels always take what the previous one did and build on top of it, but also add their own little flair here. And I'm telling you right now, this game's got flair. Got flair up the bazoo. But then I'm gonna hear. I know that people are gonna sit here and go, "Oh my god, you're giving this blind praise to this package delivery game. Oh my god, TBG, it's just because it's a PlayStation game. That's why. That's why you're giving it so much praise." No, I'm giving it praise because I needed something that was different, something that isn't a Souls-like game or a RPG or a big open world game or a very linear freaking story game like The Last of Us. I needed something that I don't know how to describe. And it's nice to have this experience. It just, at the end of the day, the best way for me to put it is this is a game I would recommend if you are looking for something different. Now, listen, if you didn't like the first Death Stranding, you're not going to like this one. Just that's a fact. It is still the same core mechanics. It is still Amazon Prime delivery package simulator. But at the same time, there is this genius of how the game's difficulty doesn't come from enemies, it comes from the journey. The best part about this game is the journey. It's not why you're going to this destination, although that stuff helps. It's the journey to get to it. I like the kind of little stories you create by just traveling. I like the idea of like, how do I describe Death Stranding? Well, this one time I had to deliver a package that was fragile, and I had to take it across this BT area, so I had to sneak around it. But then I found this blood grenade that someone left behind, and I could just, picked it up, and every time the BTs got a little too close, I threw it. Each time I deliver a package, there's a story to that package, and it's so cool. And you know what's also nice here? This is something when I was playing it, it was just nice to see. I can actually see other people actually leaving an impact. Not just, leaving generators and stuff like that, but like literally people were starting to build the roads already. I was like, geez. And I contributed to it. And you know what? It felt so cool. It felt nice, actually. Hey, let's all contribute to this project and help build these roads again like we did in 1. But in Death Stranding 1, you couldn't see the other player. Well, you can't see the players, but you can see the players who contributed to help build that road. But in 1, you couldn't. This Death Stranding 2, you can see it, and it's nice. And and maybe even like hit up some of those guys with some likes, like, hey, thanks for help with that road, because you know what? Now these deliveries are a little bit easier to deal with. We still got a lot of other roads to build, but at the same time, you know what? The first step is always the hardest. The second and third, not as hard. So, yeah, that's just me, I guess blindly praising Death Stranding 2. I admit it, I'm a fan of Kojima's games, and when it comes to, at least to the Stranding games, because they're different. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. At the end of the day, if everything was made for everyone, no one would actually be happy. I think at the end of the day, it's good we get games like this, because they are a nice little break from the big AAA games we always get. It's nice to get these games that are a little bit different, that beat to their own drum instead to the drum of the rest of the industry. So let me know, guys. What do you think of Death Stranding 2 on the beach? Do you like it? Are you excited to play it? Or are you just not interested? Which, again, that's fine. It is fine if you do not like this. You look at this and say, ooh, I'm not interested. But don't be a dick about it. Don't demean this game. Because the work these developers put into this game should not be demeaned by just calling it the walking sim. I actually find that very insulting, to the point that I kind of get pissed off, to be honest, just because I can see the work, I can see the passion behind this game. And the fact we don't get games like this all the time, while we get a bunch of AAA slop games, tells me something, man. It tells me that we should be encouraging games like this. I know it's not up your alley, and that's fine. But at the same time, if all you want is AAA slop, just support AAA slop. And this is why I am very grateful that Hideo Kojima is still around making games. Because only he has the credibility like this to make a weird and interesting game like this. So, you know what? all I can say is give it a try. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. This is That PlayStation Gamer signing out. Hoping you all have a good day.